Well, partly from growing up in South Texas and the taxidermy. And then the crochet, my grandmother taught me how to crochet when I was little, so I kind of done it forever. And in undergrad was working with kind of women's work and doing a lot of quilting and needle pointing pieces, and started to use crochet in my work in grad school. And was doing this project where I made sweaters for everything in my refrigerator. So all of the little bottles and all of the food items and every piece of fruit or whatever that was in there had a little sweater on it, down to all the ice cubes in the ice cube tray. And so I started thinking about these alternate universes that you can point out by putting sweaters on things and humanizing them and kind of anthropomorphizing them. But I feel like I shouldn't say this on camera, but I have the cutest cat in the world, and everyone agrees that I have the cutest cat in the world, and kind of thinking about this idea of the First Amendment and how to work with that, because the work that I do and we do really isn't that political to begin with. But thinking about what the First Amendment is and what it means is, I think first we came up with that we wanted to do a collaborative drawing, and so it kind of had this right to assemble, like literally assembling something together in pieces. And then thinking about the freedom of religion, it was like, well, I really love my cat, maybe we can just worship him. And so it turned into this crazy idea of like worshiping my cat named Saint Sherman. After that initial funny, there are a lot of meaning behind it that I can think of that I'm really interested in, with this freedom of religion, and a lot to do with the First Amendment, because that's kind of one of the main things of how America started, was people really wanted to be able to worship whoever they chose. And so I think it's kind of interesting, like, if we choose to worship a cat, we can. Like, we can have an entire religion around it. Because I think, even with most of my old work with like taxidermy and sweaters, like there are always people who think about it in a completely different way than I am. And I'm not really trying to say anything bad about that, and I'm definitely not trying to say anything bad about the Catholic religion. It's really about this freedom of religion, and they should understand that and kind of embrace, like, their beliefs are totally valid and our beliefs can be totally valid.